I am Azlan.
You're a tiny lion!
Yes, No!
You're adorable! Yes, you are!
No!
Who's a good boy? Who's a good Azlan? Who's a good fluffer? How you doing, buddy?
Don't patronize me. I am Azlan, the great lion, the son of the emperor beyond the sea, the king above all kings of Narnia, the final magical authority, defeater of Jadis the White Witch, he that died on the stone table, and I am not a tame kitty.
You're fucking bushy! You lied to me! You're made in Taiwan!
Who told you?
Your total lack of movement was my first clue, and then sending yourself to the dry cleaners just sealed the deal.
Well, I was once slit open on a picnic table and had my fluff pulled out by a drunk white woman, so I'm close enough to Azlan. Can you keep this between us? The other cuddly toys are really impressed by me. And there's an anime cat plush I might have a chance with, and I don't want to blow it.
Fine, I'll go along with your little charade. You wanna watch a movie with me? It's got lions in it.
Because I'm a lion? I'll be honest, this feels a bit racist.
Well, I could wait until I catch the real Azlan and then show him.
He's made up.
Here we are in Eden. Here we are at last. Here we are in Eden. Oh, we hope to stay.
Greetings, gentle viewers. This is probably the most dangerous film ever made.
Roar.
Indeed. Okay, this one's going to need some backstory because the most interesting thing about this, by far, is everything that's not in the film itself.
You're really selling it, you know that?
Tippi Hedren, star of The Birds, and her husband, producer Noel Marshall, were on safari, and saw an old abandoned hunter's house into which a pride of lions had moved. They decided it was such a fantastic image that it should be in a movie, so they pitched it, and studios said, no. So they decided to make it themselves, and Marshall wrote the script. They showed it to animal trainers, who saw that they wanted at least 10 lions on screen most of the time and said, no! You see, lions kept in close proximity, like for a film, tend to fight, and that's dangerous. So they decided they should do it without the lion wranglers and just started raising lions in their house, with their kids. Eventually, they had enough that the neighbors started complaining, so they bought a ranch and kept acquiring more lions, some tigers, leopards, jaguars, cheetahs, and more. By the time the film was ready to shoot, they spent 5 years and a large fortune on the project. This film should be the dictionary definition of the sunk cost fallacy. Filming took 4 more years because many days were wasted filming the animals in the hope they'd do something interesting in front of the camera. Because, again, no training. While the usual human acting was going on, the animals were able to do what they wanted and the actors had to ad-lib around being pounced on by lions. That made filming a little complicated. The cast weren't the only ones in danger though. 70 people, cast and crew, were injured during filming, and according to one of the children, an injury only counted if they had to go to the hospital. Did I mention that the film stars Hedren, her non-actor husband, and their kids? Because it does. Not all the kids though. One of them, Joel, decided to be a production designer. I think he was the backup. When the film was re-released in 2015, they advertised it based on the cast's injuries. Tippi Hedren had a leg broken, Noel Marshall had puncture wounds and gangrene, and 90s movie star Melanie Griffith, Hedren's daughter, had to have facial reconstructive surgery. It wasn't all dangerous though. The camera was sometimes set up inside a shark cage. Still, that didn't stop the director of photography, Jan de Bont, later director of Speed, having 200 stitches when a lion literally scalped him.
I'm almost turned on right now.
Same. Anyway, the film was finally finished after 11 years and $17 million of their own late 70s money. Hedren and Marshall had 4 houses before they started the project. They sold them all to finish the film. Anyway, it was released, everywhere but the USA for some reason, and only made $2 million back. It was around this point they realized that even though they finished the film, they still had something like 150 wild animals, so the ranch was turned into a preserve to look after them. It's still going and costs about $45,000 a month to run. Anyway, not long after they finished the film, Hedren and Marshall divorced, so the film cost them their fortune, literal blood, sweat and tears, their marriage, and is still costing money to this day. Forget the man who killed Don Quixote, this is the most ridiculously difficult film production in history.
Do you think this prepared Melanie Griffith for her marriage to Don Johnson?
Well, now I do! Anyway, shall we begin?
Yes.
Whose land is this? This is my land.
If this is anyone's land, then surely it's the African's land. I do like the song, but it does sound like it was written by Woody Guthrie if he was an imperialist.
You know, when you asked me to do a review for a film about lions and horrific injury, I didn't expect this much fucking hippie music.
You don't like hippies? I thought you were the Prince of Peace.
That's the human version of me. I'm the Prince of Pieces of Gazelle.
Feel the power of the lion when he roars like thunder.
This sounds like the band Orleans being raped by the Eagles while the Doobie Brothers watch.
Like, the band The Eagles or actual Eagles? Because with any other film, I don't think I'd have to ask.
Either or. That's a nice message, American Humane Association. I'm pretty sure the American Human Association can't say the same.
I think the humming was recorded after the lions at his face.
As the best actors in the film, the lions get special credits. So was Gary actually Robbie's son, or was he playing another lion, also called Gary, who was Robbie's son? Fun fact, Togar there used to belong to the founder of the Church of Satan.
That's an Anton LaVey obscure fact. He also looks like he's earned his blood wings. Here's the human star, Noel Marshall, playing himself if he was called Hank and was a doctor in Africa instead of a crazy man with a lion fixation. Oh, wait, no. He's also a crazy man with a lion fixation in the film.
He changes his career at the drop of a coat, and how much denim is he wearing? Fucking hell, you could roast a chicken in that outfit! Now he's a motocross professional, and when he changes his shirt, he'll be a film producer. Hell, he's probably supposed to be producing The Exorcist right now.
Sons of Adam, daughters of Eve, and non-binary children of one of the angels, probably. In his main job, Noel is running a one-man big cat preserve out of his house. He's trying to prove something the film doesn't feel like explaining about lions being friends with humans. I happen to know that arrangement only works when it's patterned after a pride. A single lion in charge of a lot of humans, centaurs, fawns, and the rest. And the lion is me. Oh, sorry, mistress.
This intro has nothing to do with the rest of the film, except maybe to try and convince us that he's not the zealous crazy man he clearly is. It's like they're trying to prove to us that he's a good guy by having him help out the Maasai. But seeing as, if anything, he's a vet, they landed on accidentally racist only 3 minutes in.
And he's fixing that woman's leg by having her stand on it. I like that the locals are having a good laugh at him for clearly being a shit doctor. They look fucking stoked to be in the film. Most of this was filmed in California, so he's in for a bit of a ride home. First up is the National Stampede Park, a giraffe who wants their fucking appearance fee, and Tippi Hedren's worst nightmare.
Boy, am I glad I'm not in this scene.
Even the film's pointless filler is unnecessarily dangerous. Next up, he glues a rabid weasel to his dick and jumps a hippo. Anyway, dozens of off-screen injuries later and he's made it home.
What are you doing? What's that rogue Togar doing here?
Togar, did you eat the first AD already?
God, Togar, why today of all days?
I got the feeling this is going to be the Star Wars holiday special, but with actual furry monsters who can tear your limbs off.
God, Togar, why today of all days?
It's Life Day, Togar! You can't murder things on Life Day! Listen, you chased the bassoonist up a tree!
I love the inherent confusion in calling one of the lions Togar. Is one of the tigers called Leanne?
Okay, come on, let's play chase.
That guy's a genius. He turned being mauled into a game. And when I say genius, I mean the film's alternate title should be, Now He's Just Being Stupid. But still, I think the lions learned to respect him because somehow he has the mightiest mane of them all. So, in another movie...
The closer we get, the more excited I get.
It should be great seeing him after 3 years.
Speak up, plane, I can still hear the exposition.
Anyway, Noel's family have landed for a visit, which is news to him because he's nowhere to be found.
Where could he be?
Looking at the editing, he's busy enjoying some of the film's most adorable footage. You may now awe with gusto.
Aww.
Here's Mativo, Noel's second best friend. He's come to visit the zoo. You know, I hope he's not meant to import those elephants when he imported the tigers. Africa has a few of them already.
This looks simultaneously both cheaper and much more expensive than Disney's Jungle Cruise.
Well, come on ashore a while.
Not today. Today doesn't seem like a good day to come in.
Hi, white man. I am here to laugh at you and fear the wildlife like a sensible person. Praise Bast, that lion ate the heart-shaped heart and became the Black Panther.
Mativo is literally the only sane man in the film, in that he doesn't want anything to do with the lions. He was played by the only guy who wanted nothing to do with the lions, and was one of the few cast members who didn't get injured.
Where I come from, I'm an African. We don't come close to animals. You don't mix them up. You don't cuddle them.
Funny how that works.
This is a madhouse.
No, it's just like life. You get the funny with the tragic.
There's really plenty of both. Tragic for you, funny for whoever's watching.
Pride really does go before, oh my God, my face, my face.
But look! It's going to jump on us.
No. They're just playing. They like to play the old cat and mouse game.
You're probably the mouse, moron.
Oh, that's Johnny Lion. You never have to worry about John. You know, you gotta watch out for Mark. No, he's okay. This is Charlie. Wow.
Is it racist to point out that the lions all look the same, so this is the most useless advice ever?
Yeah, kinda, but it's also true.
And you gotta watch out for Beery, okay? The cat's got a little extra. Yeah, that's all. Oh.
There's crazy cat ladies, but trust a guy to take the idea way too far. New alternate title, Waiting for Dumb Humans to Turn Their Backs. Noel decides to introduce his second best friend, Mativo, to his actual best friend, Robbie.
Oh, Mativo! There's Robbie! You've never met Robbie.
Yes, you stupid American, I just arrived.
No, he's the nicest cat in the world. And he's also the top cat here. He's the boss. I work for him.
He's the literal Lion King.
I'm pretty sure he wants to fuck that lion. Peter tried that with me. I tore his face off. Lucky this was in Narnia so I could just bring him back to life. Left him with the scars, though, as a reminder.
Did any other C.S. Lewis characters try to have sex with you?
Bitch, C.S. Lewis tried to have sex with me.
And right now he's very worried about Togar. He's also worried that if the others see that he's worried or afraid, that then they'll start challenging him.
Noel's desperately trying to set up an arc for Robbie and Togar, that Togar is challenging Robbie for dominance over the Pride.
No matter how afraid he is at this moment, he still knows he has to see this through.
It's like he's writing his own Roar fan fiction. He would write Roar/fiction, but that'd be pointless. It's called green porno.
The whole meaning of his life is before him, Mativo.
No, a long day basking in the sun and eating other lions' kills are ahead of him, Mativo. I love how utterly bored Robbie is with being told he's awesome. I can nearly relate. We have our first real taste of non-furry conflict when these assholes in khaki turn up. The leader mocks Noel with his sinister mustache and evil scowl.
What are you trying to prove? That you can have lions socializing with people?
Wait, where the hell is he meant to be from? He sounds like he's from the Latin part of Helsinki. I thought Alfred Molina was English.
Let the zoos keep them alive.
Prentice, your actions aren't necessary.
They're the grant committee who 3 years ago hired for an American with a few lions and no idea what he's going to do with them. And now they're regretting giving him a pile of money. They might have finally run out of coke.
Hank's original idea was a comparative study of the great cats of the world. And while observing the African cats in their natural habitats.
Oh, that is fucking brilliant. African cats in their natural habitat, and then cut to a fucking tiger!
And while observing the African cats in their natural habitats.
They're great!
Halfway through this riveting discussion on conservation, Noel takes a break to deliver a new cub.
It must be another tiger or a liger. The mother's a lioness, the father must be a tiger.
That sounds dangerously close to slut-shaming a lioness.
Yeah, you don't want to do that.
It must be another tiger or a liger. The mother's a lioness, the father must be a tiger.
A couple of points. A, why did you say that it might be another tigon or liger? The mother's a lioness. A liger with a lioness for a mother is called a lion. It's a tigon. B, he says it's another tigon or liger. He's meant to be studying lions in their natural habitat. The natural habitat of a lion is not balls deep in a tigress.
Delivery over. It's time for more conservationism bullshit. This film has two modes: lions herding idiots and boring as hell.
We can't keep eliminating their land. We can't keep exterminating everything that we fear or that inconveniences us.
I will exterminate everything I feel like, you fucking hippie. I hate hippies.
You do realize you're a lion, don't you? A small one. Poachers could conceivably kill you too.
Not me. I live in your death fortress. Also, my dad's an alternate reality version of God. I'll be fine.
I don't know what kind of person could look in the eyes of 200 elephants and put out those lights.
He has 200-eyed elephants? Man, that's hardcore. Is this Russia? Because that's quite a pussy riot. I'm finding it hard to understand Noel's deal. He wants to convince people to conserve big cats, and that means keeping himself in constant danger from them? Has he got so little self-esteem that he realized his death at their paws will make people love them more? Is he like the guy in Grizzly Man, but he built them a hotel complete with a pool?
Can it be both? Or is that too nuanced?
Stop it! Stop it!
Someone should tell him that hair doesn't make him a lion. Maybe he's trying to tame them like some sort of sociological Dr. Moreau. Fuck me, this looks like Faces of Death for furries. Looks like Togar's pulling on Robbie's tail again, the bastard. Noel's not actually an actor. He just assumes that acting involves yelling. For a split second, I thought they sent Gary Busey in to break up the fight, but that would be Man-Eater, not Roar. And that'd just be tragic. Twist ending. Robbie eats him.
Twister ending. The guy lived for another 30 years and died of cancer.
I love you, Dad.
Ow!
The best thing about this film is that I don't actually need to come up with a joke, so all I have to do is list what happens. Up to and including Togar being jealous about the incredible love between Robbie and Noel. So Noel goes into the house to get a bandage for his injured hand when he's gang raped by some lionesses. And about the same time, these two dickheads, Nigel Farage and Gavin McKitness, are attacking a tiger for being an immigrant.
Pretty soon they'll be pushing Robbie to ban striped fur. Luckily, Robbie's a lion, and so has no concept of ethno-nationalist assholery, so he'll just bite them. Eventually, the tiger shark climbs onto Noel's ark to tell the guys on board the good news about the life of Pi.
Okay, guys, that's a wrap.
Ugh, that's more painful than whatever's happening to those guys in the boat. Marco. This might be the second dumbest thing I've ever seen humans do. The dumbest was probably something in The Magician's Nephew.
That book was really shit.
Yeah, well, try living it. Well, there go the guys in khaki. Off to complain to their agents for putting them in fucking Roar.
Oh, what the hell's wrong with you? All you got's a few scratches.
Just some scratches. I left my face on the boat! I hate to burst everyone's bubble, but this is one of the few violent sequences in the film that was fully planned out. These guys were animal trainers, and not A-listers clearly. They were in Roar, but the blood was fake.
Wow. It's still really fucking dumb and horribly dangerous. Meanwhile, in the part of the film that's not trying to maul you, the family has been waiting for Noel for the whole day. There's a photobombing ostrich, and they get convinced to take the bus.
If you wait until tonight and he doesn't come, there is no other bus for 2 days.
White people, why do you keep coming here?
Well, what do we do?
Get a better father/husband? They're taking the bus.
Just in time for Gary, Robbie's alleged son, needing a pep talk. and it's one of cinema's best advice-giving scenes between a hairy monster and a lion cub.
Why did you go with your friend?
You're not my real father!
You know, part of me fears he might be.
Oh.
Sounds like Gary's sick of being patronized. You know, this is very weirdly touching, kind of. Then Gary starts sucking on his bandaged hand. You fool! Now he has a taste for human blood!
Noel and Mateo need to get the house in shape for the family's visit. Time is just one of the things that he's a limited grasp of.
Weird. Noel looks like an Amish Harvey Keitel when he's sweeping. Hagan, mistress, light of my life, dark queen on my heart. I had to see a man have a bath with 10 lions thanks to you. Imprisonment I can forgive, but not this.
Would it be better with just one?
Probably at least 90% better. Hey, Bert.
I'm in the bath. That is in the bath. Squeak, squeak. Hey, 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 hey. The duck goes squeak. I do love baths. They make me all squeaky and squeak clean.
Hey, Daddy! Think fast!
I'm fucking hilarious. I fancy KFC.
Somehow you smell even worse than you did before.
You have no idea what he was bathing in.
That cloud was made of angry and sharp.
The lions are really interested in Mativo's jacket.
Come and help me! Got my jacket!
I think he washed it in Purina. As the Bible says, render unto the king of the jungle that which is the king of the jungles.
One of the most charming local traditions in the area is the running of the dumbass, now with added lions. Well, that's a sight to terrify and intimidate any self-respecting pussy. Mativo's saved, he's taken inside to await the next burst of violence. It won't take long, the ratio of animal attacks to plot is about 247 to 1. To pass the time, maybe the gang will serenade him.
And you're going to bring Madeline and children into this?
This will be great for her. Not boxed in like back in Chicago. This will be great for her. Not boxed in like back in Chicago.
Yeah, here they can run and die under the pristine open sky, and get boxed into a coffin for the return to Chicago.
I put it in last Sunday. You expect her to sleep with the lions, are you?
What do you care if I sleep with my wife?
Did you just insinuate that the guy's gonna have a threesome with his wife and a fucking lion?
I put it in last Sunday. You expect her to sleep with the lions, are you?
What do you care if I sleep with my wife?
Right, thought so.
Meanwhile, in the other movie, one with less random violence, we get to see the rest of the family in a slow-motion collision with danger and claws. We also get to see that the whole family has the chemistry of tainted Kool-Aid.
Mom, did you know that a man can have as many wives as he wants to here?
And what is that supposed to mean?
It means Dad's now married to 28 lions.
I mean, how could you be away from Dad for so long?
Pay attention, Melanie Griffith. Your dad is a fucking lunatic. So, almost the exact time the dad and Mativo, and two tigers, finally leave on his boat to go to the airport, the family arrive at the house. The Swiss family Hedron are instantly enchanted.
Mom, come here, look. It's fantastic.
Oh, yeah. Ooh, that's how it always starts. But then later there's running and screaming.
It's been long.
I can't steer. I think we are sinking.
Naturally, the asylum's answer to Life of Pi sinks faster than the original at the box office.
So far, the plot has been the family trying to get to the batshit father. Normally, this is done with story and dialogue. This movie has done it with animal brutality, human casualties, and a negligent lunatic destroying his friend's boat because he wouldn't leave his fucking tigers at home.
I think we are thinking.
Jesus wept. I wept.
Well, I'm quite enjoying it myself.
Don't swim, they'll get you!
Especially shit like that. I had no idea the "Hang in There, Baby" poster could get any more metal. I can't drown, I'm a safari miracle! Anyway, the same IQ as a partridge family get into the house, finding it deserted because big cats are ninjas now.
Oh dear.
Your dad lives with lions, didn't turn up to the airport, and you find a shirted jacket in his house, and that's your reaction?
Oh dear.
Apparently, the effects of jet lag are indistinguishable from being doped up on horse tranquilizers.
This is really a nice place. Come on up. This place is really wild.
Really, 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 really wild. I'm getting a hell of a Texas Chainsaw vibe. Do the family even know any of the mad shit their dad's been up to?
Oh, I'd give anything for some sleep.
Yeah, anything. Like your face.
Oh my god.
Oh my god! I think that was Dad's friend before Matimo! They decide to tidy the place up for Noel as a really hurtful surprise because he just did that himself. This involves opening all the doors and windows. Do you want lions? Because that's how you get lions.
Sup? I heard you were in the birds. I was wondering if you could get me the autograph of the guy who almost pecked your eyes out.
I saw a thing. I think it was a pelican.
It's a Kawasaki.
Dumbass kid, a Kawasaki is only a bird if you're really high. Anyway, they hear a roar from off-screen. The lions have observed them for long enough and deign to reveal themselves. And a painted donkey playing a zebra.
Those can't be Dad's lions.
Years ago, Dad's lions were much smaller than that. At least they brought takeaway. Do you want light meat or dark, mate?
Oh God, look what the cat dragged in.
Mistress, I'm too shocked to move. Could you clap my paws?
Fine.
Thank you. You know, I think they have enough meat there for about 12 zebras. Nice.
Melanie, Mom, get in here. Jerry.
Jerry, go and die with your brother.
This is going to be the film for the next hour or so. The dickhead family playing a nearly literal game of cat and mouse. The very real fear on their stupid fucking faces makes it all worthwhile.
Actually, the fear's not real. They're all perfectly fine with the lions, but the fear was realistic enough to convince the lions, who reacted badly to it. It's how a bunch of the injuries happened.
You are ruining my fun.
You're my prisoner! It's my fucking job!
Prisoner? I thought it was your pet. I'm sad now. Why is JFK there? Is this a new conspiracy theory? He was shot by a lion? Don't answer that. It can't be any dumber than some real theories.
Dude, lions aren't quite that tall. The brothers try to get back to the hiding place, and bad news for them, but ceiling cats are watching them try to escape.
Boy, have we got trouble. Where did it all come from?
The Hangover, Part 4. Can we do something really obvious?
Oh, fuck yeah. Oh, that makes it feel like it's 10 years ago.
That makes sense. It took them 10 years to make this. Feels like 20 to watch it. One of the lions, I think that's Barry or Michael or maybe Deflator Mouse, tries to get at John hiding in the sort of school locker that's sure to be really common in the Serengeti. Canned food. Why would you even have that there? Anything you put in it will cook until it bursts into flames. Jerry tries to take his brother's stupidest human in the scene award by hiding inside a refrigerator, the old kind that snapped shut and suffocated people. Still, it's probably marginally less stupid than staying outside the refrigerator.
I'm just impressed that one of the guys managed to fridge himself. Very progressive. Avon calling! Avon calling!
love African art.
It's almost impossible to turn a bad script into a good film, but you sure as fuck can make a dumb idea interesting by filming it for real.
You don't know the meaning of the word interesting.
You know, I think I've worked out how all this happened. Tippi Hedren was so damaged by her experience on the birds that she started collecting cats. And then she heard about emus and it all went from there.
What kind of jerk would hide himself in an icebox?
The kind who didn't want to get his face eaten. What kind of jerk would hide himself in a metal box in direct sunlight in Africa?
I'm sorry, I was trying that new Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull LARP. What kind of a jerk wants anything to do with the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull?
Well done. That's a surefire way to go unnoticed by an army of lions.
Who are you talking about?
Melanie Griffith. She's screaming again.
I don't hear anything. Weird. The two brothers yell at each other over who's going to take the bike to go get help. Remember this line. It'll be funny later on.
Right on. I'll take the motorcycle and go get help. I know bikes and I know the road we came in on.
You didn't come in on a road. You climbed down a cliff. Mistress, are you thinking what I'm thinking?
That it'd be hard for the lions to chase him up a cliff?
No, that the kid in yellow looks like Barry Pepper's weird twin brother if he played for the Bad News Bears.
I try not to think about the Bad News Bears. I'd rather concentrate on wholesome bears, like the kind with a honey fixation, or the ones who are very into denim and plaid.
Well, they've all had their 2-minute break, so it's time to get back to work.
Here's Togar!
Togar smash!
One of the other lions told Togar the red dot was in there.
Is this the part of the movie when Noel Marshall had fucking gangrene? How the fuck did he convince his family to make this flick? And was it really necessary for us to almost see her titty hindrance?
Oh, very necessary.
Oh, okay then. Half of this fucking movie is people trying not to get eaten. It's boring. Stop trying. What's this interior made of anyway? Fucking meringue? Hey, it's Robbie, our hero. You know, I've heard that the only way to deal with a bad guy with a lion is a good guy with a lion. And apparently the good guy part was unnecessary.
You know, the darker a lion's mane, the more likely he is to be top of the totem pole. That's why Scar was the true king of Pride Rock all along.
Also because he was the gay one. Pride Rock. I'm a genius.
Yeah, I would have made that joke if I thought of it.
Over in the other film, Noel and Mativo and their tigers have made it to a Maasai village, who smartly decide to keep away from the crazy white man. So they just steal a couple of bikes.
The guys in khaki are back, meeting with the mysterious committee who gave Noel his grant in their secret hideout where they have collected 3 of every animal.
Well, you should have been at that madhouse and seen those cats this morning.
Yeah, I don't care what you say. You're not going to go out there and slaughter his animals. You are not going to kill those cats.
I can't believe that the guy from Outbreak is defending the crazy cat guy. What happened to you, man? I thought you were cool. You were in Waterworld. So, anyway, Alfred Molina and his little trained minion, no offense,
None taken. They are trained.
are going to go and kill the lions. And I'm finding it hard to understand why they're the villains.
Azlan, again, you are a lion.
Again, I don't care. If they came looking for me, your guards would shoot them at the gate. Besides, I've looked into those lions' souls. They all worship Tash. They deserve what's coming for them.
Noel and Mativo instantly break one of the bikes, and just when you think Mativo's only hanging around because of the sunk cost fallacy, he does something smart and climbs a tree to get away from the tigers. But he instantly does something dumb because Noel orders him to.
Listen. Take your shirt off, okay? And dangle it down. Hold it by the sleeve.
Now, it looks like he's left his friend to the mercy of 2 tigers, and he totally has. But he's also gone off to the airport because he finally worked out that bringing tigers there might be a smidge of a problem.
Hurry back!
He did not hurry back. In the Serengeti, there was only time for biking slowly and dubbing and singing.
It feels so alive. Make me feel like living on and on. You make me feel so alive.
Noel Marshall riding a bike and singing in voiceover like a fucking madman is the perfect metaphor for this flick.
Meanwhile, in r/raised by narcissists.
Why did you bring us here? We're just gonna die.
No, we are not going to die.
Nah, they're probably gonna die.
Why did you bring us here? We're just gonna die.
That's a weirdly sensible thing to come out of someone who's meant to have Noel's DNA. Anyway, good night, Tippy.
Good night, Leo.
Good night, Melanie Griffiths.
Good night, Simba.
Good night, older brother with a bog brush hair.
Good night, Cowardly Lion.
Good night, younger brother with a nose you could stab someone with.
Good night, Voltron.
Good night, Jan de Bont.
Good night, Nimian Lion.
Good night, Azlan.
You just had to get the last word in. Wait, I got one. Good night, Moon.
Only one on a mama. Na watoto wangu.
Nikawaambia washike ile basi na kwenda mpaka
Sagapi.
kulikuwa kama saa 4:30 hivi.
When the fuck did you think they were arriving, you negligent dickhead?
Nipe ya motor car wako.
Wait, I've just spotted a pattern. Noel borrows Mativo's boat, and it gets totaled. He steals some bikes from the Maasai, and one gets totaled. And now he's borrowing these guys' car? Black man's burden. Having a Wookiee move over, set up a zoo on your doorstep, and then break your shit.
Quit hanging around, Mativo. We have places to be.
He's trying to close me in the trap.
I really don't know why he's complaining. The boot is probably the safest place he could be right now.
Come on, get in.
Crazy. With them in the back, they'll bite my head off. Hank, this is madness.
This is Kenya.
They filmed this in California.
This is California. Doubling for Kenya.
These are your friends, huh? And do you know what your friends are probably doing to your family right now? They are making dinner of them. They are eating them.
I didn't know lions ate crackers. Anyway, Mativo's convinced to get into the damn car, and they drive the highway a pie, so this literal Saints Row 3 level can happen.
Hey! Don't go so fast, it's too bumpy!
Stop breaking black people's stuff. I hope there's grant money left over to replace all this crap.
I think I've worked out the problem. You're met with a tiger in your tank.
Poor Leonard.
And stop giving shit names. What's going on at the house anyway? Something magical, no doubt.
And we all say, oh, well, I never was there ever. I can't so clever as magical Mr. Mistopheles.
Hey, Mom, look at me! I'm a human! Hamburger, hamburger, hamburger! You know, in retrospect, we were totally robbed of Tony Lyon's pro skater.
That one's trying to almost literally fight its way out of a paper bag.
Holy crap, that was a long night. They've all aged about 4 years. They decide to try for their dad's other boat that the film cleverly didn't set up, resulting in 5 minutes of them trying to paddle from one end of the lake to the other.
God fucking damn you, Hagan, for making me watch this. And I am God, so I would...
Who is God?
You.
Good boy.
Do you even row, bro? Hey, the older brother looks like the guy from Iron Fist, which makes his terrified flailing at least 80% funnier. They eventually get to the other side of the pond, and for a change of pace, they get attacked by a fucking elephant.
Get away! Get away from me!
That's elephant 4. I'm captain now, bitches!
The lions are watching the elephant saying, these humans have no chill. This is like Eli Roth's Dr. Dolittle. The obviously backwards footage looks so good, I thought it was another of Africa's natural wonders.
That is footage of Tippi Hedren's leg being shattered by the elephant's trunk.
I love the elephant. I want to have its elephant babies.
I think that's the world's first elephant serial killer out to destroy everything and get his trunk on. It's like he's a symbol of the Republican Party or something.
It's Dumbo, but he grew into his ears, had to retire, and got bitter as fuck. Fuck you, boat. Fuck you, boat. Fuck you, boat. Boat, fuck you. Fuck you, boat. Man was made to stay on land. Fuck you.
Stop! He's already dead.
An elephant never forgets to kill. They swam back to the house. That's literally the most dangerous and dumbest thing they could possibly have done.
Also another alternate title for the film.
The elephant was distracted killing the boat. They could have escaped.
The older brother takes the bike to go get help, even though it was the other brother who knew how to ride.
Right on. I'll take the motorcycle and go get help. I know bikes and I know the road we came in on.
This clever use of Chekhov's water pistol leads to about 12 minutes of him trying and failing to drive away and escape. It looks like there's a few different ways off the property, and he chooses the one with the tigers, then the elephant death highway, before going back to the house and accidentally driving off the roof. Hello, my name is Noel Marshall, and welcome to Jackass.
What kind of jerk would go off the roof on a motorcycle?
This whole sequence is... it's amazing. It's like someone smuggled a Brian Trenchard Smith film into this one. It's the Mad Max spin-off we didn't know we needed.
Mediocre!
Come back! Come back! We need you to smell like us! Come back! Anyway, enough fun. Who wants to see Melanie Griffith probably being raped by a lioness?
I knew you did.
What's wrong?
Oh, no.
What kind of jerk gets raped by a lioness?
I hate you, Hagan.
I know.
Can I have treats?
Sure.
No!
Fun fact, Noel was the safe word.
No!
The lions feel bad about everything, so try to make them lunch to say sorry. Of course, being lions, they just destroy the place. Not to be dissuaded, though, they get some of their friends in to help. Also destroy the place.
I think they were trying to get away from the elephants myself. Oh, the poachers are back. Look at them, strutting around like it's a spaghetti western and looking like Steve McQueen if you squint. Like, a lot. They think they're pretty tough for a couple of guys with serious head wounds.
Remember where all the cheetahs, leopards, and tigers dropped. We skinned them on the way back. The lions are worthless.
So the family ends up on the roof again. How? Fuck knows. They're just gonna have to do it again when I'm paying attention.
What kind of jerk clearly throws himself off a roof?
They've all hidden themselves in some barrels. All I can say is that it's a good thing it's not gorillas they're hiding from. I love the look of confusion in the older brother's face every time he comes up for air. I can't tell if he's shocked that lions have short-term memory or if he forgets every time that they're there. The water has a slight barbecue tang this morning. Tastes like an American's hiding in it.
That is an ocelot of cats.
Is it just me, or are at least 3 of these lions played by Ron Perlman?
It's not just you.
In case you can't tell, stuntmen were extinct in this film. I think the cats are trolling them, like it's an elaborate hazing ritual. They just worked out he'd been drinking from Noel's piss barrel. The lion hazing continues as they chuck Melanie Griffith and Grizzly Adams' barrels off the roof and into the lake. And I'm unconvinced they let them leave the barrels before filming. Think about it this way. On the one hand, that clearly looks like a dummy. But on the other hand, most people involved in this were fucking nuts and had less screen presence than most mannequins. Long story short, from a narrative standpoint, they've made it right back to where they were when the elephant was killing the boat. As in, they're wet and terrified as a large animal goes pachyderm shit. I have never been so bored while simultaneously being on the edge of my seat.
I wager 400 quatlus on the newcomer.
What is with that fucking elephant? It's called roar, not trumpet.
Hadron hides in the kitchen and tries to remember that this is still a better filming experience than with Hitchcock, and just sets herself up for some self-inflicted Home Alone action when a shelf collapses.
Good Lord. Look at what they did to
Tippy Hadron! At least she'll be nice and marinated next time the cats happily chuff at her and just pretend to be afraid of them. Which is damn near instantaneous. Give me some sugar, baby! I wonder who designed this house. Alan Quartermain, but crap? Alan Quarter supporting character? Alan Nickelmain?
The kids have escaped the house and the elephant, and Hedron leaves via this aqueduct leading to the water wheel, kind of indicating that there's a giant aquatic hamster hiding just off screen.
Well, at least there was, until the elephant murdered it and started fucking its corpse.
The family, having managed to leave the house, instantly walk into another house on the property. They don't even lock any doors.
I just have to sleep for a while.
Hey, you're from Chicago. Act like it. Close something and put a bolt on it. And now the cats are following you. You deserve to be eaten. By the elephant, hopefully.
Funnily enough, there is a gate, though. White guy lives in a gated community surrounded by black people. Racist. Anyway, here's the asylum's answer to Chris Christopherson having a breakdown because the poacher's been killing his fuck buddies.
Oh, Donnie Lyon!
Who the fuck was Donnie Lyon? He wasn't in the credits.
You have to admire the effort to film this sort of stuff and not hurt the cats. They waited 6 months until they had to be sedated for medical stuff, and then, when they're on the verge of going under, they pushed them over the edge of a cliff, covered them in paint, and recorded their plaintive looks of, "Why did you do this to me?" So much pathos. It's like the beach scene in Saving Private Ryan.
They're not dead. They're just lying around. The poachers soon pick on the wrong lion, Togar, who not only looks like this guy from The Princess Bride, but fucks their shit up royal. How royal? King of the fucking jungle.
What kind of a jerk goes to exterminate dozens of lions and doesn't expect to fight a lion?
I've never wanted stock villains to get what's coming to them more. Then again, I haven't given less of a fuck either. Well, this might be the most metal game of chicken I've ever seen. Yeah, that was a weird orgy. The family eventually remember they have senses and wake up surrounded by cats. I'm frankly impressed they managed to sleep at all because there's no air conditioning in there. So, Denny's?
The place? Or do you want to eat a guy called Denny?
Whichever, I'm easy.
Hey Mom, we love lions now. It's like cinematic Stockholm Syndrome.
Mom, if they wanted to get us, they would have done it while we were asleep.
Well, that's some kind of logic.
They're probably biding their time. Good boys. We now have about 10 minutes of the cats and humans being friends. It'd be really touching if it wasn't the only thing more boring than the cats' previous 90 minutes. Time flies when you're having fun, and they aged about 12 years since the beginning of the film. Luckily, this gets briefly interrupted by Togar and Robbie's final fight.
I assume Robbie's the one that wins. Togar says Hakuna Matata and agrees to Robbie's leadership over the pride, and they're all friends now.
You're okay. Don't worry.
Don't worry!
There, you see? A lion just earned its writing credit. Everything's sure to work out because, as the old saying goes, the family that covers up the deaths of two poachers to protect the new member of the pride together stays together.
Hey, come on this way. Listen, I have a surprise for you.
I got an entire room full of crocodiles. Roar 2. Crocodiles can't roar, but what the fuck?
Didn't that star Steve Railsback? What the fuck was that?
Oh no, what happened?
Hi, Dad. We cleaned up the house.
Oh, isn't this fantastic? Oh, what do you think? You guys gonna stay a while? Sure, Dad. I don't have to be back to Chicago until next week.
That might be my favorite line reading in this whole mess, because everything about that line delivery just screamed, I'm fucking leaving the second anyone turns their back.
I love that line because it means they got everything in the house repaired or replaced, sacrificed a leopard to the angry elephant gods, started training cat cavalry to defeat the committee, and started fucking the lions in less than a week.
To sum up, lions and tigers and beards. Oh my!
I love this film. I love everything about it, from the mad backstory to the danger that permeates most frames, to the raw and amateur performances, to even the music. Like Birdemic and The Room, Roar came from a place of mad passion, but it's much better than either of them. You can't take your eyes off it. It's easily one of my favourite early 80s films. The film itself is kind of secondary to everything that surrounds it. Its genesis, the production, the foundation of the Shambhala Preserve, and everything else. Based on the DVD extra features, it seems that the film and its aftermath kind of broke Noel Marshall. Why there hasn't been a feature-length documentary or a drama about the making of this film is beyond me. If this was made in the traditional way, with one or two lions kept away from the actors, or with puppets and animatronics, it'd be one of the most pointless sacks of crap ever made. It's the reality underneath it and the drama surrounding the film that makes it amazing. If you want to help support the big cats that appeared in this film, and many other big cats that have been given a home since, please visit shambhala.org. Okay, last bit of information. Ted Cassidy is credited as a writer. He was Lurch in the Addams Family TV show in the 60s and was a friend of Noel Marshall. He died very early in production, though of non-cat related reasons, making him the film's first victim, if you will.
Hagan, I have only one thing to say to you.
What?
Bring me closer. Hey,
I'm afraid I'm going a little deaf in my old age. You're going to have to speak up.
All kidding aside, Roar is a miserable train wreck of a vanity project gone wrong. The actors outside of the nepotistic circle all seem constantly on edge. The pacing makes Tar seem speedy. The production is one verb above an after-school special, and the lackluster way in which the family is reunited is like a dulled, throbbing injury. Overall, it's an awful excuse for a middle-aged man to force his family into his midlife crisis because he wants to prove how tough he still is, and his family and marriage suffered because of it. The movie shouldn't exist. At least they had a different bit of hippie caterwauling over the montage at the end, and some crap reggae over the credits. Variety when it comes to shit music is important.
I quite agree. Teddy!
Yes, mistress.
Put some Slipknot over the end credits.
Okay, mistress. What do you think, Ducky? Yeah, let's do that.
Very funny.
I'm Nimanda Hagan, and I have to live with it every day.
I'm Azlan, I'm the creeping death, and as soon as Hagan turns her back, I'm going to make her wait and bleed.
I felt the air rise up in me, kneel down and tell the stone on this. I wonder how well you can see
First, there was the Road Warrior. Then there was the Terminator. Now comes an action film of relentless excitement.
Taste some of Mama's home cooking, Ada!
C. Surf Nazis Must Die.
Hey, baby. On a scale of 0 to hot, how do you feel about blunt metaphors for religious ideas.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not really interested. I thought you were the lion from Steven Universe.
You know, I could dye myself pink.
Ooh, tell me more.